Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here. And I'm sad. I heard today that another brother, I don't even recall his name, it's been so recent, has been killed, murdered by cops in Atlanta. We haven't even gotten a chance to breathe from George Floyd's murder. And here it's happening again. After all of the marching and the talking and people grandstanding, we're going to go back and see if we can eliminate the chokehold. We're going to cut back some of the funding from the police department and make sure that the community gets it so we can deal with this stuff. I thought you guys had to been out of your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. My name is Eddie Marcus. I'm spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. And that includes spiritual rights. Then I call these inalienable rights. Spokesman and advocate for them, for all people. And I'm not paid by the state. I'm not paid by the federal government. I'm not paid by the citizenry. This is my volunteer work. It is my gift to you, using my body as a vehicle whereby God can give a message to you. And I'm going to tell you, for quite some time now, you have to read some of my other, or watch some other videos to get that message. I didn't come to talk about that. What I come to talk about here is this. This young man being killed. And I'm listening to people still doing that commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me, especially black people, people of color, poor people, and poor white people, minorities. Listen to me. The most important thing in America right now, is not this pandemic. No, that's second stage. The most important thing in America today, right now, is not getting back to work, getting the economy going. The most important thing in America today is that we as human beings get this system fixed, that there is justice, and we know it. We do not and cannot permit an injustice to go right before us in our face. Donald Trump violates the Constitution and getting right away with it, right in our face. Then they let us know, we all know, for 400 years we've been treated as second-class citizens and less than. And we seen it, the world saw it the other day when they killed this brother. And now we're supposed to get up and go on every day while you talk about this and talk about that, and we still are second-class citizens, and we going along with it. I'd be goddamn if that's a... Whoa, I'm sorry. Wow. Oops. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, are you serious? Are you serious? How many of you thinking about your vacations? How many of you thinking about getting your house, looking in some shape? You might even have a few bucks left on that stimulus package. How many of you are focusing on stuff like that? When the world saw, and you saw, that the power that runs America and the power that runs the world looks nothing like you, and it doesn't give a damn about you, because it keeps you in positions that you are always looking like you are violating something, and they're always coming to you as though you are a criminal, and they are always attacking you. And then in this instance, George Floyd becomes the suffering of the world. America, Asia, Africa, Europe, all everywhere. Whoever is suffering, George Floyd became the representative of it. And that policeman represented the law. It represented the system. It represented the force of the system, oppressing, and took that man's life. The world saw that. We saw that. And it said to us, we don't matter. And as a spokesman for God, I want you to know that you do matter. And I want you to know that all of this pain and suffering comes to you because you're listening to a power where the love of God is absent. And everybody, my friends, this is the hard part. In one way or another, every last one of us, every one of us on earth are complicit in what's going on. If we weren't, we would say the most important thing in America today is that we fix this stuff, and we don't plan to walk out of here another day doing a darn thing until we walk out, black man and a white man and a woman and a whatever. All of us walk out of here as equals. No superiors out here. The world belongs to God, and it is all of us working together that do and create and manifest all the things that exist. And it's a lie. It's a con game. It's no different than a Ponzi scheme. It's no different than a pyramid than to have somebody in there operating with some money, talking about loans and taxes and fees. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we are the ones, the people who pick up our trash. They're the ones that pick up our trash. This man pays them, and what do they do with that pay? They go and pay bills for food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare. That's what they do with it. And that is not enough. That is not even sufficient enough to take care of the expenses. And so they have to work, get overtime, trying to make sure that they get, no, my friends. No, my friends. No, 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 no. That's a con working the hell out of you. For them. Where the money go? Up there. It's not in your pocket. Look, my friends, you're given a job of your own choosing. That you do what gives you the greatest pleasure in your life. And that is the contribution in the creative process that makes you eligible for all the stuff that money can buy. And you don't need money because you, the people, collectively work together to make sure that it was enough out here for everybody. And you don't need to buy it. So, I don't know how I got into that. What I want you to know is this. That's how the game works, my friends. And in it, you don't need any money. Now, if you are smarter than the spirit that speaks through this lip of mine, and you can achieve exactly what I said. Everybody got food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, and a career of their own choosing. And you can operate that in money. No pain and no suffering. If you can do that in money, then that's fine with me. But if you can't, I know it can be done, and it doesn't even need money. And not only, my friends, will it give you those basic essentials for your survival, it'll give you peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of life and the fulfillment of your dreams, that your needs, your wants, and your desires are met. And that is a gift from God, doing it God's way. And stop doing it the American way. Stop doing it Russia's way. Stop doing it Asia's way. Stop doing it China's way. Stop doing it all of these people's ways that's got your people laying up suffering and dying and being treated like a, oh my God, oh my friends, I guess the only way God is above this is that he knows the end. When I say he, I don't know if God is a he, a she, or anything like that. I'm just saying God knows the end, and it must gonna be all right. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I do know. You see, this thing that we're finding ourselves in right now, it's not new to me. You never heard of me. You don't know anything about me. And the reason is because you've been playing games, and I don't play games. I've been out here for a long time. I started this when I was 28 years old. I could not stand the poverty in Chicago, and it did not have to exist. But I knew it wasn't going to stop on its own, and that force that was out there wasn't interested in stopping it. I kidded myself, though. I thought perhaps you didn't have any idea how to fix it, and all you needed was an introduction of a solution, and you'd be all on it. And so I committed myself and said, Lord, here I am. And I brought that message to you as heavily as I possibly could. But that And that indoctrination that you hold is so embedded in you, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't been able to hear a thing. Yes, I've been out here. I've gone to jail. I was first. Do you know another guy that ran for president who had on his wall of excitement and other than honorable separation from the United States Navy or from the United States military as a badge of courage, refusing to take orders, embarrassed to wear the uniform when President Ronald Reagan was the commander-in-chief. No. That was causing too much pain to people that meant something to me. And under those conditions, I would not give allegiance to it. And I ended up going to jail, prison, stuff like that, busted the rank, got my little certificate. But I'm proud of it. I'm proud that I can tell you today that when it comes down to you, I'm not going for it. I'm going to stand up for you. But I knew, I didn't require you to come into this. When I came out here running for public office and trying to give you a message, knowing that you're on the path to hell, I committed crimes when you couldn't hear me, hoping that you could come to court. The newspaper wouldn't even tell you about it. Wanted you to come to court so I could tell you the facts. And if you didn't come, and you did not come, but at least I got a chance to record it in the public records. Yes, I did. I wanted history to know that I was not a blind fool, that I stood up for what was right. But I alone, my friends, can't change nothing. But I was alone, and that was okay. Went to prison, did my time, felt real good. Came right back out here, and I've been watching you ever since. On these streets, all this talking. You see, I knew a long time ago that if you're not willing to pay the price for freedom, you'll never get it. So as long as you're willing to be a slave, they will allow you to be a slave, and you will never be free. As long as you are willing to be a slave just to live, they'll let you live just so you'll be a slave. But the moment you want to be free, there's a price to pay. But if you're willing to pay that price, you get your freedom. And so, I'm waiting. I thought maybe now, all this new talk, I just wanted you to don't be sidetracked with this chokehold stuff and giving some money to the community. There's a band-aid that won't last 2 weeks. Well, they didn't even last 2 weeks because right now they're still killing. So what I would ask, personally, I think it's kind of hard to just stop today. But I think we, the people of interest, and those who are in power-making positions should come together, and within 90 days, we should have it set up. We should have the design for getting out of this junk. I'm not no second-class citizen. You're not a second-class citizen. We are not going to continue to be treated like a second-class citizen. Now that you've been exposed to being a stinking devil, and when I say stinking devil, I'm saying it because you cause so much pain, and you act like you don't even care. But you didn't know any better. Some of you didn't. There are some that do, and that really don't care. But most of you, I think you just was misled. Regardless of what the excuse is, it's time for it to end. So Roland Martin and all Black Lives Matter, Me Too movement, the 1%ers, all of us, we must organize ourselves to get together for the common good of changing America and making America proper. Nobody finna go forward knowing we crooked. Ain't nobody going forward. You don't send a spaceship up in space knowing it's messed up. You bring that sucker down and fix it. You don't try to take America forward, all screwed up. We see it screwed up. We're going to step forward. What the hell with that, ladies and gentlemen? No, am I standing here alone? I tell you this. God says if we fix it, if we try to fix it, we'll fix it. But if you act like you don't know any better, if you act like evil is your God, if you act like you got no faith, then Donald Trump is what you deserve. You need the worst that's out here, Donald Trump. If you reject the best, you deserve the worst. And I'm just telling you like it is. You see, I'm not just talking to you. I put myself in a position to feel the pain. You see, I don't have any money. I'm at the mercy of whoever will, front whatever I need to be fronted. And sometimes it's not easy to accept because sometimes, it's not given in compassion. And sometimes you just have to reject it and say no. But it's not supposed to be that way, but I have to go through this because there are people who says the system is fine. The church won't even go against the system. The church is about money. God ain't had a darn thing to do with money. What God gonna do with money? All things belong to us. Everything belongs to us because God gave it to us, and all the things we make from it belong to us. So where the money come in? I keep coming back to that old stuff. That's that bait that tricked you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'll end it there. But you got to stop talking. In 90 days, I'm actually calling people. See, I'm not an organizer. I'm not an organizer. I just have to speak the truth. And I hope, I got 5 boys. 5 boys. When I looked at that videotape the other day, I thought about it could have been me on my way home. Then I thought about it could have been any one of my boys, or my grandsons, or my cousins. Again, it could have been any of my neighbor's kids. Just because they didn't match somebody's expectation of what they, and hate. Oh no. And all of that stuff is made. This hate is made. This lying and cheating is made. It's a result of the jive life, the jive system. This racism and bigotry, hatred, a result of this anti-God system. And if we don't get rid of it, well, what I mean by don't get rid of it, we're getting rid of that. If I'm living, we're going to get rid of it. We're going to get rid of it if I'm living. And whether I'm living or dead. If I'm dead, hey, I wish I left enough behind. But it's simple. It's simple enough. It's simple. And I have shared it with you in a simple form, simple fashion. If you're 2 years old, 4 years old, you got a chance to think a little bit, you hear it, you will know exactly what it's all about. It's just that simple because life really is fun. The con is where the hell breaks loose. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.